I built everything I wanted. The business, the house, the cars, the respect, and then I lost everything that actually mattered. My marriage, my health, years with my children that I can never get back, and I'm going to tell you exactly how it happened so you don't make the same mistakes I made. I'm 58 years old. I've been successful by every measure society uses. I built a company from nothing into something worth millions. I had the corner office. I had people who called me sir. I had everything I thought I wanted, and I was absolutely miserable. But here's what really breaks me. It wasn't that I didn't know what I was sacrificing. Somewhere deep down, I knew. I just kept telling myself it would be worth it. That one day, when I had enough, I would slow down. I would be present. I would finally enjoy what I had built. That day never came, and by the time I woke up, the damage was already done. Let me take you back to the beginning. I grew up without much. My father worked 2 jobs and was never around. My mother did everything she could to keep us fed and clothed. I watched my parents struggle, and I made a promise to myself. I would never live like that. I would be successful. I would have money. I would never have to worry about paying the bills. And I did it. I worked harder than anyone around me. While my friends were out having fun in their 20s, I was grinding, building, hustling. I started my first business at 24. It failed. I started another one at 26. That one failed too. But I didn't stop. I couldn't stop. Because in my mind, failure wasn't an option. Poverty wasn't an option. I had to make it. By the time I was 32, I had a business that was actually working. By 35, I was making more money than I ever imagined. By 40, I was what most people would call wealthy. I had arrived. I had won. Except I hadn't won anything. I had just traded one set of problems for another, and the new problems were worse than anything I had faced when I was poor. Here's what nobody tells you about success. The higher you climb, the more you have to sacrifice, and the sacrifices don't feel like sacrifices at the time. They feel like investments. You miss your kid's soccer game, but you tell yourself it's because you're building something for them. You skip the anniversary dinner because there's a deal closing, but you tell yourself you'll make it up later. You work through the weekends because that's what it takes, and you tell yourself your family will understand. They don't understand. They just stop expecting you to show up. My wife told me once, about 15 years into our marriage, that she felt like a single mother. I was there technically. I lived in the same house. I slept in the same bed when I wasn't traveling, but I wasn't present. My mind was always somewhere else, on the next deal, on the next problem, on the next opportunity. I remember brushing off what she said. I actually got defensive. I told her she didn't appreciate how hard I was working for this family. I told her everything I did was for her and the kids, and in my mind, that was true. But here's what I didn't understand. They didn't want my money. They wanted me, and I was the one thing I wasn't willing to give. My daughter is 31 now. We have a relationship, but it's not what it could have been. There's a distance there that I created. Years of missed moments that can't be recreated. She doesn't resent me, at least not openly, but I can feel it sometimes. The sadness in her eyes when she looks at me, the things she doesn't say. My son barely talks to me. He's 28. We'll go months without a conversation. And when we do talk, it's surface level. Sports, weather, nothing real. I don't even know who he is as a person. I miss too much. He learned to live without his father, and now that I want to be there, he doesn't need me anymore. That's the cruelest part of all this. When your kids are young, they desperately want your attention. They want you to play with them. They want you to read them stories. They want you to be at their games. And if you're not there, they learn to stop wanting. They adapt. They protect themselves. And by the time you're ready to show up, the window is closed. My marriage ended when I was 47. We tried counseling. We tried everything. But you can't fix decades of neglect in a few therapy sessions. She told me the day she left that she loved me, but she couldn't live with a ghost anymore. I was there, but I wasn't there. And she had spent too many years being lonely in a marriage. I don't blame her. How could I? She was right about everything. I was the one who broke us, not with any dramatic betrayal, just with 1,000 small choices that all said the same thing. The business comes first. The money comes first. You come second. After the divorce, I threw myself into work even harder. What else was I going to do? Work was all I knew. Work was where I felt valuable. Work was where I didn't have to face what I had lost. Then my body started to break down. 52 years old, and I had my first heart scare. Years of stress, no sleep, bad eating habits, no exercise. I had been treating my body like a machine that would never wear out. It wore out. Lying in that hospital bed, I had a moment of clarity that shattered me. I thought about what would happen if I died. The business would go on without me. Someone else would take my place. Within a year, most people would forget I was ever there. The money would go to my kids, who barely knew me. The legacy I thought I was building, it was an illusion. You want to know what really matters when you're facing your own mortality? It's not your net worth. It's not your achievements. It's the people who show up. And when I looked around that hospital room, there weren't many people there. I survived, obviously, and I promised myself I would change. I would slow down. I would repair what could be repaired. I would stop chasing and start living. I wish I could tell you I completely transformed overnight. I didn't. Change is harder than that. But I did start making different choices. I stepped back from the business. I started reaching out to my kids even when they didn't respond. I started taking care of my health. I started asking myself a question I had never asked before. What actually makes me happy? Here's what I discovered. Happiness wasn't in the things I had spent my life chasing. It was in the simple moments I had been too busy to notice. A quiet morning with a cup of coffee. A real conversation with someone I care about. A walk outside with nowhere to be. Time to think. Time to breathe. Time to just exist without trying to accomplish something. I had spent decades believing that happiness was waiting for me at some finish line. If I just worked hard enough, achieved enough, accumulated enough, I would finally feel complete. But there is no finish line. There's always more to chase. And if you tie your happiness to achievement, you will never be happy. You'll just be exhausted. The money didn't make me happy. Looking back, the years when I had the least were often the years when I felt the most alive. When I was young and hungry, before success complicated everything, there was a simplicity to life that I took for granted. I thought I was upgrading my life. In many ways, I was just complicating it. I'm not saying money is bad. Money solved a lot of problems. Money gave me options, but money also became a prison. The more I had, the more I needed. The more I needed, the harder I worked. The harder I worked, the more I sacrificed. It was a trap disguised as a blessing. If I could go back and talk to my 30-year-old self, here's what I would say. You're chasing the wrong thing. You think success will make you feel worthy. It won't. You think money will make you feel secure. It won't. You think achievements will make you feel like enough. They won't. The only thing that will fill that hole inside you is connection, love, presence. The things you can't put on a resume. Stop sacrificing your relationships for your career. Your career won't visit you when you're old. Your career won't hold your hand when you're dying. Your career won't remember your birthday or care about your struggles. People will, and if you push people away long enough, they won't be there when you finally realize you need them. Take care of your body. You only get one, and it's not invincible. All the money in the world can't buy you a new heart or new years of life. Exercise, sleep, eat real food. Stop treating rest as laziness. Rest is essential. Your body is trying to tell you what it needs. Listen to it before it forces you to listen. Be present. Put down the phone. Close the laptop. Look at the people in front of you. Really look at them, because one day you'll give anything for one more dinner with your parents, one more afternoon with your kids when they were young, one more conversation with someone you lost. Those moments are happening right now. Don't miss them. I'm 58 now. I have some years left, God willing, and I'm trying to spend them differently than I spent the first 58. I'm trying to repair what can be repaired. I'm trying to build real relationships instead of just a real estate portfolio. I'm trying to be the father and the friend I should have been all along. Some damage can't be undone. I have to live with that. The years I missed are gone forever. The relationship with my son may never be what it could have been. The marriage I destroyed can't be rebuilt. These are consequences of my choices, and I have to carry them, but I can make different choices going forward. And so can you. You don't have to learn this lesson the way I learnt it. You don't have to lose everything to realize what matters. You can wake up today. You can look at your life honestly and ask yourself, am I building what I actually want, or am I building what I think I should want? Because there's a difference. And by the time most people figure out that difference, it's too late. Don't let it be too late for you. Call the person you've been meaning to call. Have the conversation you've been avoiding. Put down the work and pick up your kid. Take the vacation. Tell someone you love them. Stop postponing your life for some future that may never come. I built everything I wanted, and I lost what mattered most. Don't make my mistake. The things that really matter don't have a price tag, and once they're gone, no amount of success can bring them back. If this message hit home for you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe if you want more honest conversations like this, and drop a comment telling me what you're going to do differently starting today. Life is too short to learn every lesson the hard way. Learn from my regrets, so you don't have to create your own.